Are we live?
We are live, Victoria.
Hello.
All right.
What are you wearing?
This is Crazy Wednesday on Thursday here in Australia.
Incognito.
So safety is number one priority. Oh, yes it is. Go guys, go. Emmett, get some.
Hi, you guys.
And welcome to another exciting episode
It's a bit chilly.
of It's a Bit Chilly. FeelItRealFun.com.
Cool.
Episode 244.
Yeah.
The secret of unstoppable confidence and your questions answered today, Vincent Goddard. That's right. Julie has joined as well. This is lovely. Leah,
So, is
hey!
Vincent Goddard related to Neville Goddard?
Don't know.
Have you found out?
They both
Vincent?
have eyes. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
Yes, and lovely smiles.
feet.
Lovely smiles, Vincent. Pauline Walker has joined. Peter Rundle, Stella Jim. Oh my God. We're going to have a good day, guys. Stella tossed up a question that's going to be in today's show, by the way. So, Pauline Downtown with Pauline Brown. Adam has joined.
So who's Pauline Walker?
You know, Pauline.
We've got Pauline Brown
Downtown with Pauline Brown, right?
and a Pauline Walker.
Yeah, Pauline Walker. We used to talk on the phone all the time. She says Bowen.
Huh?
Bowen.
Oh, okay.
You remember Pauline?
I don't know.
Yes,
For
you
some reason
do.
I've had yeah, okay.
All right.
All right. Oh, I know it'll happen after the go. Oh,
Ah,
of course,
right.
Pauline Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we talked to her all the time on Skype. Yeah. Last time was about a year or so ago.
All right.
That's right.
Cool.
All right. Pauline Brown has joined as well again.
Okay.
Aditya.
Hello,
Greetings. And
Oh.
we saw you were
Watching
from
from
somewhere.
somewhere.
That's right. Yasmin, love it. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Do I look like Russell or what?
He's trying to become a tradie.
That's
Brucey
right.
Boy.
I'm a tradie
Bruce
this morning,
loves
guys.
tradies.
Kim, he
Hi,
has
Kim.
joined. Pauline. Gee, thanks, Victoria. She's British.
Yeah, but so is Pauline Brown.
When it
isn't
hits
she?
you, who Pauline is.
Isn't Pauline Brown? I thought Pauline Brown was the one.
No.
Well, of course I know who Pauline Walker is then. Well, who's Pauline Brown?
Well, Pauline
Sorry.
Brown's downtown with Pauline Brown.
Okay.
I thought everyone knew this.
I got confused then. So I definitely know who Pauline Walker is. Hello, Pauline.
Hello, Pauline. All right.
And I can't remember
All
who
right.
Pauline Brown is.
Jacqueline
right.
has
Hi,
joined.
Jacqueline.
Hello, Ibrahim. Love you, buddy. Thank you for the comments on the
Hi,
YouTube.
Peter.
I appreciate that. Haven't got them all approved yet, but it's been a slow morning.
Yeah.
Yasmin, Oscar's already been on Tool. Oh, no, yeah.
Yes, I'm British. Pauline Brown's British.
Yes.
Pauline Walker's British.
That's right.
No, right, keep going.
So if we take that to the conclusion that the nuns taught me, right? Pauline Brown is British. Pauline Walker is British. Therefore, all Paulines.
I'm British.
Yes, that's right. And there's going to be rivers of blood, and it's going to be bad unless you're one of the bad people who's left behind, and then you get all the cars.
Joyous,
That's
love-filled greetings. Oh, that's lovely, Abraham.
Alrighty. Look at that. Now
Abraham.
Instagram's giving us updates. I gotta change that. I don't like when things like that pop in during the show.
Yes.
All right. So Victoria,
Yes.
freenevel.com, manifesting mastery, manifesting to the max for good fun. And how about if we dive into Gavin Smith's letter?
Yeah, hello, Andrew. Hello, Ivan.
Andrew is here. Good morning.
Yeah,
Hey,
just
Ivan.
joined in.
All right,
Okay,
guys.
so Gavin
Looking
Smith.
like Russell.
Yeah, see the Ormond's hat? Russell wears one of those.
That's right. I
Hi,
should have
Grace.
brought the hearing protection out too.
So, Gavin asks, could you help me with understanding more fully Neville's explanation
Leave
of
it.
changing concept of self?
Yes.
For example, he says that if somebody annoys you, it's only your concept of them and to change self.
Bruce.
But change it to what? Yeah, because everything's you pushed out.
Mhm.
Do I change it so that their behaviour no longer annoys me? Or change it so they no longer do whatever it is that annoys me? Or change it so that they are no longer around?
Oh, that pesky head.
That's probably best.
You all remember back in the 50s? We did those episodes on the 18-inch adventure and stuff.
Yeah.
Heads, yes, no, good, bad, right, wrong. What is it not? The heart just wants to feel.
Yeah.
And then there's the knowing of the belly.
Yeah.
When in doubt, go back to those episodes. You can find them on the YouTube.
Hi, Heidi.
That's right. So,
Right,
anyway,
okay, so that's it. I find this confusing, especially if this is, say, a family member. I know exactly what you're talking about,
That's
Gavin.
right.
So does
Yeah.
Yasmin.
You fit into the chipper.
I'll be grateful if you could expand on this for me. Please use this, if you wish, in any way you want. Keep up the great work, guys. Gavin Smith.
All right, Gavin. So let's dive in. Ready?
Yep.
And we've got one Neville Goddard quote today with 2 reader emails.
And how many timeless wisdom of the ages?
Endless. Just absolutely endless. Ready? Neville says, the cornerstone on which all things are based is man's concept of himself. He acts as he does and has the experiences that he does because his concept of self is what it is and for no other reason. By the way,
Okay.
one of my old concepts of self was policeman. Another one was private investigator. That was good fun. Got to wear glasses and be cool, right? Now concept of self is loving husband, loving puppy dad, loving teacher on Crazy Wednesdays on Thursday.
Yes.
Now, Neville says, had he a different concept of self, he would act differently. That doesn't act like as in, I am a nice guy. Right. If you have a different concept of self, your reactions to the world and what you do will be different, right? A change in the concept of self automatically alters his future, and a change in any term of his future series of experiences reciprocally alters his concept of self. That gets a little loopy, which is good fun.
Good fun.
So, Tom, nice to see you, buddy.
Yeah,
Taisha, hola.
he said, terrible Tom from Tennessee.
Terrible Tom from Tennessee.
TTT.
Boy, he's really into alliteration.
You're
aren't you,
TT,
buddy?
he's TTT.
All right, so let's dive into that. You can make all sorts of different changes to your concept of self. I'd suggest doing them for fun.
So I'll just,
Yes.
everyone knows like that me and my mother,
Betty.
Aunt Betty, we'll call her. Oh, right. So whenever you've said Aunt Betty in the past, that's who it is. Anyway,
One of the Aunt Bettys.
so I find her constantly on the negative, right? So if I take this back to Neville,
Yep.
is on which all things, and I don't find anyone else like this though. So is it my concept of self, meaning that as soon as I hear it's mum on the phone, as soon as I know I've got to see her at a family event or visiting because I'm the good daughter,
Yep.
I'm carrying that with me, am I?
Sure.
It's going to be all negative.
And there are times where you give your mom a break from that role, because if she wants to play the negative role, does she call you up or does she call someone else?
Oh, well, that's true. And actually, when I just realised something, even when I give her a break from that, like sometimes I'll just, something comes out of my mouth.
Sure.
And you'll say after you helped release her from her negativity
Sure.
in that moment. And I always get off the phone when I've been in that way lighter.
Yep, totally.
And I
her
believe
too.
she's lighter.
Absolutely.
So in that call, for example, I must change my concept of myself.
Now check this out. So if Victoria has the concept of self being,
A good listener. Or something.
I'm someone, ready, watch this, and it's not the words, I'm someone with a negative mother. Right? You get it? There's a concept of self. I'm a loving husband. I'm a loving puppy dad. I'm a loving friend doing Crazy Wednesdays on Thursdays. I am someone with a negative mother. Ooh, fascinating. But if she enters the state of, Mom, you're better than this. What you are is a lovely gardener, and her mother is.
Oh, yeah.
When you enter the state of my mom's a lovely gardener, her whole conversation shifts. So yeah, and it's not making it about her. It's letting it be about you. Also, there are some people it's like, well, I'm a good listener. You know, the reason I came to Earth was to listen and have empathy for other people's problems. Or
And
is
not
it
say
sympathy?
anything.
Or I just let them fill my head full of crap so that eventually I'll become a psychologist and slit my wrists.
I wanted to become a psychologist when I was 12.
Yeah, didn't we all?
Psychiatrist.
Now, the thing is, I'm not picking on psychologists. I've got some great friends that are in that industry and were in that industry. But it's just one of those fascinating things because at some point, even when you're in that industry, you go, you know what, there's a better way. You know, you get it? So, V shifted right there with her, oh yeah, definitely, right? So when you get, you know what, I'm a guy with a very lovely, satisfiable, happy wife. You get, a lot of guys go, I can't satisfy my wife. No matter what, she's never satisfied. That's their concept, right? And if I walk around going, she is unsatisfiable, right? I won't even bother buying the flowers, right? Here they are. I know you're going to freaking hate them, but I'll smile anyway because I'm a positive guy. Get it?
Make me consider my real beliefs and ask what is my concept of myself. Fascinating.
Nice. Isn't this good fun? Because this isn't the head stuff that most people make it out to be. It really comes down to, in this moment, what is my concept of self? I'm a spiritual teacher who's confident enough to sit around in his dressing gown and wear his Russell outfit and just have some fun, because we want you to have fun with this. Because if she makes it, I have to search out these deep hidden issues about my mother and my resistance to speaking with her. Where did the resistance come from? I will have to examine the resistance. The resistance is futile. Well, does that mean resisting the resistance is futile?
Yeah.
And it just, versus like, right, what do I want?
Yeah.
I want to be someone who's got a lovely mom, who's easy to talk to, and that's who I choose to be. And then you move into that state and mom calls and you go, Mom, you're a gardener for God's sake. Oh yes, Vicky, that's right. Let me tell you about how lovely the plants are. So you could be in the state of, if someone who doesn't let other people's moods bother me. Could be. So watch this. I could be in the state of other people's moods don't bother me, or I could be in the state of I lead.
Yeah, because if you're in the state of other people's comments don't bother me, there could be like this big guard up around you. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, oh, I'm not going to let that bother me.
And we have to first imagine that they've got comments and that they're possibly negative.
Yeah,
And
that's
oh my
true
God,
too. Yeah.
Grandma doesn't have a chance this morning. Dude, we'll hook you up on the way. So, just start stealing spoons. Yes, when you're going to have to put up a post about stealing spoons.
Yes.
So, someone who has a lovely mom who's easy to talk to. Yeah, nice,
Yeah.
By the way, I've noticed the conversations with my mom have evolved considerably when I quit making it about her.
Yeah.
Right? And it doesn't mean they're all perfect or whatever, but it's fascinating that the upsets are less off. All right. Victoria,
Yes.
let's go on to number 2.
Okay.
All right.
Stella Jim.
Who
Are you here?
That's right.
So it's one from Stella Jim. I want to be able to sit or walk confidently up to people without feeling inferior or out of place. I'd like a lady, but I need to sort my life out first. Well, there are plenty of buns to put in the oven.
That's
Good.
right.
Lots of buns? Ace.
Lots of buns ace. Now, here's what I
Confidence.
noticed years ago. I was working with public speakers. This is a public speaker. I love it, guys. You give me a microphone and a stage, and I own the room.
Yeah.
Right? Is it fun or what?
Yeah. Yeah,
I think I'm
he's a
okay
good
at it.
teacher.
Right? So,
Yeah.
here's what I notice when, hey, good boy. So when someone is afraid of public speaking, and I talk to them, in their mind, what they see is they see themselves on stage. They make a movie of themselves on stage, and all right, I don't look confident, so I got to become confident, and so on. And then every now and then they'll quit looking at themselves on stage, and they'll look out in the audience, and they'll see, or they'll see, right? Or they'll see, right? Yeah, let me.
Or they'll
play
see
the Tetris, right?
falling asleep.
Right. I don't see any of that.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Ready? I'm not big. So if we need confidence, I'm not big on going out and finding confidence at the confidence store, right? By the way, do I look confident? I am not confident, right? Not at all. Confidence doesn't do anything for me. What I am is infinitely curious. I'm infinitely curious about how we're going to explore things in the show. I'm infinitely curious about what we're going to do today. I'm infinitely curious about Bruce. I am infinitely curious about heaps and heaps of things. Even dog training while we're doing the show, right? That's Emmett barking and Bruce didn't go running up to the fence where there were people walking a dog. I call that training success because I gave Bruce a signal to sort of keep him here and keep him a little loopy, right? So, real cool. Now, so
Infinitely curious.
So confident walking up to people is like being that guy on stage and seeing himself on stage and seeing his body language and then looking out and seeing everybody like asleep or texting or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Compared to, as a speaker, I am infinitely curious on how I am going to connect with every person in that room. I will make sure I do. Adam says something. Adam says, of course, I create the concept of self, so everything like to that negative, yep, that's all linked to your concept of self. You got it, Adam. So here's the thing, right? When I'm giving a talk, okay, I assume that I'm going to have a lot of fun connecting with everyone in the room and benefiting them. So I am so into my message, discovering how it's going to be delivered, discovering how I'm going to actually connect, that there's no room in here for me to be thinking about, am I confident or not? So the room is taken up by that out there. So let's do one more. My buddy Joe needed to have a beer to go meet a woman.
Damn.
Right?
No,
so basically after 2-3 liquid courages, he'd go out and he'd meet the lady, right? Now here's the thing, right? It wasn't just the physiological effects of the alcohol. It was he needed to put his attention on something other than the crazy in there. We've all got crazy in there. Crazy is seeing your body up on the stage, and crazy is imagining like what they're going to be saying about you after you leave. Right? Crazy is that first lesson for manifesting mastery when the guy looks at the girl and he goes, right. He starts walking over and the girls do what?
Laugh.
Yeah, they have a little giggle because there's a guy coming over and he's hot, right? And so the hot guy's coming over, right? They have the giggle and he goes, oh, they're laughing at me? So what do you imagine messed things up, right? Versus feel curious. If they giggle, okay, she's the chicks, I'm the guy, and they giggle and I'm infinitely curious about, hey, what are you guys giggling about? Right? And I'm infinitely curious, well, you're the guy that came over. We thought it'd be the other guy. Oh, yeah? So suddenly we're flirting and we're having fun.
Yeah.
But I'm infinitely curious. And I can let that show up in my conversation. You get it? Become infinitely curious. And that'll fill the space that, my buddy Joe would fill up with a little bit of booze. And we've all done this, guys. We've all done this. So before I go talk to her, I've got to... Again, this is not about primping. This is about... I've got to feel something in my consciousness other than the fact that I'm imagining she's going to shoot me down. You get it? We've all done this in so many ways. And then you get to the point where it's like, right, let's do today's show, Victoria.
Yeah, hide behind some sunglasses and a cap and a dressing gown.
That's right. We're just going to show up as is, be infinitely curious about how it's going to fit into the message today and how it's going to bless people and what comments are they going to leave.
Yeah.
Ooh, how cool.
Now, Jacqueline mentioned a little just a few
Boy,
ago.
you're awesome.
So everything. Hang on. So everything that comes to us or something reflects our self-concept.
Sure, absolutely.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So got that right.
By the way, so I wake up in the morning, and yesterday we had to go deal with some government stuff. Right? And if you go online and you read, people talk about the horrors of having to deal with the government stuff, right? Yeah, it has to do with me being a new citizen here and an old citizen of the U.S., right? Just, that's like the final thing, right? So, here's the thing. Online they say, oh, it's going to take you hours and they're going to be intimidating and the guy has horns and it's just nasty and there's a long wait. Now, if y'all follow me over time, there's something that I've got a couple consistent patterns. I buy what I want at 50% off, whether it's cars or steaks or we get free puppies. And in Australia, everybody buys puppies pretty much. They either come from rescues or they spend lots of money. It fascinates me. We got 2 for free, right? So really cool. Another pattern in my life is things happen much faster than everyone says they can. Right? Citizenship, faster. Right? Yeah, everything for me happens faster. Yeah. So we get there. We put 3 hours worth of parking in the meter because that's what they say to expect. Yeah. And I'm out in 35 minutes? Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, just a bit more, but under an hour.
Let's say 45 minutes.
Yeah.
45 minutes versus 3 hours. And my guy, you might even be watching today, was delightful. Yeah. Right? Just absolutely. I told him, I says, dude, you don't have horns and you got a gorgeous smile. What's the problem here? And we had a great convo and worked through what we needed to work through and did what we did, and it was great. Right? Very simple.
Yeah.
By the way, concept of self. I don't wake up and go, that will be easy, that event will be easy, that event will be easy, it won't be traumatic. I just wake up and I go, right, I am infinitely curious about how speedy and simple. I wonder what kind of meat I'll get today for 50% off. Ooh. You get it? There's my state. I'm infinitely curious about how these core values of mine are going to weave through and have fun. And that's it. Victoria.
Yes, so just want to acknowledge Jim when I called out. I hope Jim's here because this is Stella Jim of you.
Yep.
And I noticed that you said, yeah, hi, I'm here. And Peter said, yeah, I'm here too. So, ace, good on yous. Lauren asked quite a few. So it's back to the lady. Oh, sorry. I said my mum, the family member, whatever. Then you started talking to your mum on the phone.
Yep.
And Lauren said, so you imagine having lovely chats without any negativity? Is that what you do, basically? I think Cola without negativity, because straight away it's like you've brought it in there to be without. It's like,
let's put it in to take it out.
Just having, imagine having loving chats.
Yeah,
or be curious
about
this is where the be curious might be really nice, good for sex.
Let's put it in to take it out. Right. Besides that, see, I don't plan these. But I'm infinitely curious. What's he going to say next? He's a hoot.
And me. But there's another way where it could be infinitely curious, like because you were talking to your mum on the phone, and I was talking about. So before even lifting the phone, instead of colour without negativity, and just be infinitely curious, what are we going to talk about today? Like what lovely things and.
I'm the guy. Here's my self-concept. I'm discovering this lovely little girl in my mom. Starting as a teenager, we went to war. I don't know if it ever stopped, right?
Yeah.
And then at some point, it was like, you know what? I'm the guy who's discovering this lovely little girl in his mom. Because I remember the little girl from when I was a little boy. Because the little girl and her would play with the little boy I was. And so I'm discovering this delightful little girl in her. I'm also discovering this lovely young lady in her. And I'm also discovering this lovely woman of wisdom in her. But I am the guy. You get it? My self-concept is I'm discovering this in my mom.
Ibrahim just asked how to neutralise or heal in others and in self regularly. It's like a question.
The concept of self that I hear there is that needs to happen. Heal others, heal self. Been there, having defined myself as a healer before. Now I just sort of go, right, what would be lovely for them? That's it. Bruce! What would be lovely for them? What would be lovely for Bruce? By the way, Bruce barks a lot less now. He used to get wound up at everyone crossing over there. Now he gets wound up sometimes. I didn't bark at the people up there.
No.
You get it? What would be lovely for them? So instead of healing Bruce of his old issues, which of course he's got, he's a rescue dog.
What would be lovely for them is to look across and see this beautiful Brucey boy sitting on the bank with his tail wagging.
Yes. And there's more and more of that, which is cool.
Yeah.
Leah says, I'm infinitely curious as to how people interact with my success. They aren't aware of my abilities. Absolutely. You know what's cool? So, congratulatory conversations. Let's just sort of button up in that direction. I love that as a tool, because when you're imagining someone going, hey, good on you, right? Cool. But I am not a fan of government, by the way, right? Yeah, born an American, still not a fan of government, right? Here we have public servants. I like them. They're fun. But I go to the U.S. government yesterday to take care of some things, since I'm a new Aussie and an old American, right? So got to take care of some business there.
Yeah.
And I rock in, and it's like, right, take everything out of your pockets, right? You know, you put all your stuff in here. Do this. We're going to take that, right? You can take these with you, and all this stuff. And instantly, I'm having fun, right? Because I'm the guy who's not all tense about this. I'm the guy who can relate to these guys. I'm the guy, and the self-concept has these guys. I mean, we just had a great time.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm the guy that's in and out at record time. I probably spent 10 minutes getting through security, 35 minutes upstairs, instead of 3 hours. You get it? That self-concept leads everything.
Yeah.
Stella Jim says, I will have a good play with the ace ideas from today's show. Thank you guys. You're
Good
welcome,
one,
buddy.
Stella. Ibrahim acknowledged as well and
Who?
said
Damn it.
that's deep. About what would they love or something. I can't remember properly now, sorry. Heidi.
Yeah, what would I love for them? What would they, I don't even ask what would they love. But what would be lovely?
Yeah, what would be lovely for them? That's right, he did say that.
When Victoria had a job, right, I imagined her in the garden more. I didn't ask, by the way. I just know she likes being in the garden, so it's like, right. And when she comes home and she says, hey, Gary sold the company, I'm going on as a consultant. This is over 2 weeks, roughly. But over 2 weeks, that's the conversation. It's like, of course, she gets to spend more time in the garden.
Yeah.
And we get to do this instead of her driving to the beep place. So, all right, so much gold in this episode. If you would, right, 3 things. Oh, look, I actually put the right number of fingers up.
Wow.
I'm amazed that happened. Number 1, share the show. Number 2, leave a comment. What'd you learn about you? What were your best bits? And number 3, visit us at freeneville.com. Join us in Manifesting Mastery. If you've done that, grab Manifesting to the Max because it's really freaking cool. And that's where all the play comes from.
Yeah.
So we love you guys.
Yeah.
Going to the dog park. Crazy Wednesdays on Thursdays. And
my concept of myself is that I've missed it. 20.
would you use your ideal day before going to the government? So I missed part of that. So what I did was, see, I'm bringing it back to self-concept. I always get great deals, 50% off. It's just what I do. It's who I am. I always get in and out faster than everyone else. By the way, when I went in, they said, yeah, the reason we're taking you in so fast is we had a 10:30 that didn't show up.
Yeah.
Of course. Okay? Guess who got him stuck in traffic? Okay. By the way, I didn't imagine that. I'm the guy that gets in and out fast.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Boom.
Yes.
Right? Here's your paperwork. Right? Yeah. Good. Fix this. Right. Sign. Right? That fast. I'm the guy that gets in and out fast. Okay? I'm an old ninja. Right? Boom. That self-concept takes care of my day.
Now, Peter wants to ask us, what did you learn? What did we learn about us? And I realised through the show I did learn something because Mum is an excellent gardener, and I know that, and I know that I never had any interest in it, and I'm sure it's like it's in the blood or something. But it's as I've started doing it, I'll have plant conversations with her and gardening or whatever. What I learned about me was I realised that she got it from her grandma, my grandma, her mother. So that, because I remember the day that Mum was walking through the garden, and it was probably the biggest compliment she's ever given me, which I'd forgotten about, which we were walking through the orchard, Herbie veggie patch, and she turned around and looked up the path and she said, I wish my mum could see this now. Oh, I hope my mum is watching now because she would love this.
Nice.
And so I think what I learned about me was remembering those ace times instead of remembering, well, the last phone conversation was actually one of the worst we've had. Oh, God. Ring. And it's a bit like, who's going to ring first? Am I going to ring her or is she going to ring me?
We'll just revise it.
So, I'll revise that and remember that because that was really special, what she said to me.
Nice, darling. So what I learned about me?
Yeah.
What I learned was how much I go back to this self-concept as a manifesting method. This whole concept of self is massive with me. So what I learned was I don't think I fully have put that into products or articles yet. There's a lot of that in Manifesting to the Max, especially with the 3 primary purposes, but it really does often come back down to off
clubs.
My primary purposes, core values, which comes back to that concept of self. So that's what I've learned today, and what I've learned about me is oh heck, what did I learn about me? As usual, I can just go to new levels of just letting me out. That was a big thing growing up. I hid me away hoping people would like me. And so even letting this all out, this goofiness and the way that I operate on the inside. Yeah, I like it. So I learned I can enjoy that even more.
Yeah.
Thanks, Peter. Love you guys.
Yeah, Peter just said remembering something that's remembering the best, and then I remembered from manifesting to the max, was it?
Yep.
How we did the using revision so that the best is even better.
Yeah, turn good into great.
I loved that bit
of
that show. That was really cool. What did I learn? Good one, Jacqueline. I learned to be infinitely curious. What did I learn about me? Not being aware that my
concept of self is the reason for something. Boy, it moves fast. Love you guys. Manifestingtothemax.com. Let's send you there today. Goody stuff.
Yeah.
All right?
Yes.
Dog park. When we leaving?
Pretty well now. Just got to...
Wow, we are running late. Yeah. We should run now. Love you guys. See you at the dog park.
Yes, it was a long show. So.
And manifestingtothemax.com. Look at that. Safety is #1 priority.